The ideation stage is a brain dump of ideas. Nothing is off limits. The point isn't to separate the good ideas from the bad or even find the perfect solution, but just to come up with as many possibilities as you can. We're opening our minds and linking our research and sharing our thoughts based on what we've learnt so far. One of the main qualities of the ideate stage is that it's collaborative. It involves everyone on the team. The underlying point here is that everyone is creative in their own way. The brainstorming process can only benefit from having as many minds and perspectives as possible, united in tackling the same problem. This is the most fun part of the design thinking process. It's thinking big about what could be without any constraints. There's hundreds of techniques, but let's look at a few that are the most popular for teams and how you can do them with Canva.
Like brainstorming, mind mapping is a great way of exhausting your ideas. Get them all out, the good and the bad. The difference with mind mapping is you create relationships between ideas. With mind mapping, you're able to trace your ideas back through pathways to create a new idea or to add to an existing one. It works particularly well when working with a team, as anyone can jump in and keep evolving the idea. Or they can return to the source and see how the idea evolved. In Canva, as always, you begin by searching for a template. Type in mind map. This time we'll choose this one. It will open up in a new tab ready to begin. Start by putting your problem statement in the middle. This is where everything is going to evolve from. Delete everything that is unneeded or adapt so it fits your brand. You can already see this is going to fill up pretty quickly, so it might be worth expanding to whiteboard now so you have space to breathe. Now, no one is going to feel constrained by the edge of the page. Create new circles by using a keyboard shortcut. Simply hit the C key on your keyboard and a circle will appear.
Alternatively, you can drag one across from the Elements tab. You'll notice the shape appears with a text field already included inside, ready for you to start typing your idea. If you just want a text box by itself, you can just use another shortcut by pressing T.
If you want more shortcuts, you can just press / and a pop-up window will appear with all sorts of shortcuts. We call this /magic, and you can see a variety of shortcuts you can use. I'm going to scroll down and select the hexagon. Make it smaller by grabbing and dragging the handles. Once you have it at the size you want, you can hold down Alt or Option, click and drag an element to make a duplicate of it. There, you can see that our mind map is starting to take shape. Use the line shortcut by pressing L. This is a great way of showing how everything connects. In fact, there is a new feature that allows you to connect a line to a shape. Then you can connect the other end to the shape it is related to. If you move that shape, the line will stay attached. So you can always trace back the idea to the source. Include arrows by changing the end point of the line from this menu. A good way for showing people which way you are heading. Okay, the mind map is ready to go. It's time to invite the team in and really take this to the next level. Invite people here. Wow, it doesn't take long to fill up. You can see some team members are leaving comments, asking for more information. Do this by selecting the element and hitting the comment icon that appears above. The comment function is perfect for seeking clarification or suggestions.
Mind mapping is a great way of exhausting the team's ideas, getting everything out on a page. You'll need to put a time limit on this exercise because, as you can imagine, it could just go on and on. And once the time limit is up, you can go through and find the answers that really engage. Sometimes these will be ready for the next stage of prototyping, and sometimes they might need a little bit more work until they're ready. You'll also find that a bunch of ideas may not fit this project, but it might be good for another one in the future. What makes mind mapping so powerful is the quantity of ideas you can get in very little time. Doing it as a team gives everyone ownership over the results and can act almost as a team bonding experience. There is something exciting about seeing the mind map really starting to fill up, and it often motivates people to throw even more ideas into the mix. One thing to think about is doing an asynchronous mind map. Because this is a living document where everyone can just interact in real time, you maybe don't need to close it down. People can return to this and leave comments or anything else when the thought occurs to them. For the purpose of this workshop though, it's worth picking a few ideas that you can take through to the next stage. Now, if it's a design layout you're creating, you might need another session for teams to play around with the designs and try different visual solutions. If it's more strategic, you've probably got enough and you'll be able to jump into the next stage where you can start to test some of these ideas. After ideating with your team and generating plenty of ideas, it's time to choose the best ideas and put them to the test. This involves step 4 of the design thinking process, prototyping and testing. So check out the next video in our series to learn more. And at any time, if you want to jump into Canva and play with some of the skills we've been learning, we've got a workbook for you that you can get on this QR code or from the link in the comments. It's a really great way to cement some of those skills so you don't forget them.